Share your progress, not your goals, and you'll always be motivated. Steel your sensibilities so that life shall hurt you as little as possible. Fear is not there to stop you. It's there to show you that you're interested and you care. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. Whatever they think of you, do what you think is fair. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a second spent wasting yours. Everywhere, man blames nature and fate, yet his fate is mostly but the echo of his character and passion, his mistakes and his weaknesses. Don't worry about what other people are thinking about you, because everyone is only thinking about themselves. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Don't get emotionally attached to anyone. People change. Even your best friends can turn into strangers one day. Thou shouldst eat to live, not live to eat. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. Not everything in your brain needs to come out of your mouth. Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. You owe nothing to your younger self, but you owe everything to your present self. Self-care is realizing that you are your greatest obstacle. You only get one body. Take care of it. You'll have it all your life, and while it is incredibly resilient, it can only give you what you put in. All you have power and influence over is what you decide to do with the time that you are given today. You will never ruin a role if you play yourself. The biggest thing you need to accept is change. You don't only live once, you live multiple lives within one. Life becomes easier and more beautiful when we can see the good in other people. None can be free who is a slave to and ruled by his passions. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow, even if that someone is yourself. Employ your time in improving yourself by other men's writings, so that you shall gain easily what others have labored hard for. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. Let him that would move the world first move himself. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. When we blather about trivial things, we ourselves become trivial, for our attention gets taken up with trivialities. You become what you give your attention to. Necessity is the strongest of things, for it rules everything. Hope is the only good that is common to all men. Those who have nothing else possess hope still. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. Do not chase after happiness. It is always in you. He is a man of courage who does not run away, but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Don't judge your greatness by your shadow at sunset. From the deepest desires often come the deadliest hate. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. You cannot have everything. You always exchange something for something. Letting go is very hard, but it's the best thing to do. If you are a friend of everybody, you are an enemy to yourself. You can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming. Everything that you do, you are creating dots. You can connect those dots in the later part of life and understand why you did what you did. Once you face your fear, nothing is ever as hard as you think. The days that you don't want to do anything are the days that you need to do the most. The only thing you can control is how you feel, do, and think. Stop trying to change other people because it almost never works. Keep your expectations only to yourself. When something happens and it causes us pain, the pain is there to teach us a lesson. It is not so that we feel pain for the sake of pain. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Change is not a threat. It's an invitation to live. Reality is created by the mind. We can change our reality by changing our mind. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Be careful whom you associate with. It is human to imitate the habits of those with whom we interact. We inadvertently adopt their interests, their opinions, their values, and their habit of interpreting events. A wise man speaks because he has something to say. A fool because he has to say something. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies. For the hardest victory is over self. In old age, we all regret not having killed laziness in ourselves. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. The most important thing in life is learning how to fall. Bad days build better days. Let the improvement of yourself keep you so busy that you have no time to criticize others. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. Life changes for the better when we realize that we don't have to know everything, and we don't have to pretend that we do. People will walk in and out of your life, and those you least expect will become past remembrances of a temporary time you once thought was permanent. One of my biggest lessons in life is we heal at the speed of our forgiveness. You think you know someone, but mostly you just know what you want to know. If you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. The trouble is, if you don't spend your life yourself, other people spend it for you. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. In childhood, be modest. In youth, temperate. In adulthood, just. And in old age, prudent. By desiring little, a poor man makes himself rich. Lack of activity destroys the good condition of every human being. The misfortune of the wise is better than the prosperity of the fool. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. If thou wilt make a man happy, add not unto his riches, but take away from his desires. Commitment is what gets you started. Consistency is what gets you somewhere. And persistence is what keeps you going. If someone is trying to bring you down, it only means you are above them. Going back to your ex is like having a shower and putting dirty underwear back on. If you can drop anything from your world, drop the ego. The more grateful you are, the more beauty you will see all around you. The more generous life will seem, and the happier you will become. You won't forget some bad things. You just stop caring. Until that happens, don't stress too much about it. Your entire life can change in an instant. So instead of passively taking what you have for granted, be grateful for it and do whatever good you can with it. Action breeds more clarity than thought. So you can't think your way into a new life. You have to act your way into one. The life you experience is simply a reflection of your mindset. Your life won't go as planned, and trust me, it's a good thing. Sometimes you just have to walk away, let people go, and let relationships end. You can't change what happened, no matter if it was your fault or someone else messed it up. Don't be mad about it. Deal with the challenge. People will always project their fears and limiting beliefs onto you. What you must do is build a shield against this noise so you can protect yourself from it. Do not discuss your past with anyone, because only you know its true story and significance. Others may not understand or even use it against you. No one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. The right question is usually more important than the right answer. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality that guarantees others. Those who aim at great deeds must also suffer greatly. It is not so much our friends' help that helps us, as the confidence of their help. The wrongdoer is more unfortunate than the man wronged. You are stronger than you think. You have gotten through every bad day in your life, and you are undefeated. Nobody is going to watch out for you like you. Sometimes you're not going to fit in no matter how hard you try, and it's better to just be alone. Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Always trust what your gut tells you, even when everybody else tries to convince you otherwise. You cannot control the behavior of others, but you can always choose how you respond to it. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. People only get better with experience if they are willing to learn and understand the lessons that are given to them through the bad times in their lives. Don't take people for granted. You never know when they could be gone. You never know how much they mean to you until they're gone. Never back down from a real challenge. They give the best lessons in life. You are the only person that can simultaneously be your best friend and your worst enemy, and you can choose which one is more prevalent. Your life is the result of the choices you make. There is no plan, just the consequences of choices. Be cautious with good deeds. Kindness has limits, and some may exploit your generosity. Tough times teach us that our resilience is stronger than we ever imagined. You have to speak up for yourself. No one else will. You won't always be able to help someone change for the better if you keep trying. There will come a day when you decide you can't do it anymore, and they clearly don't want to change. The most precious thing in the world is time with those you love. Your future is your past, which you understand. You have to help yourself. No one else can help you. You have to do it yourself. Once you realize this, you will feel more in control of your life.